Smile. Miz is so over, it's frightening, isn't it? It really is. When that guy turns heel, turns face, which he will, probably soon, he will be a big star, won't he? Really. Then,
you see, I say shit like that, and then I wonder why you're subscribed to me. Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to these. These are going to be some more Raw thoughts. Oh yes, it's the Raw after a pay-per-view, so of course this one's going to be fantastic, isn't it? Let's get on with this one, shall we? I'm sorry this is a day late, by the way. I had a very busy day on Tuesday, so yeah, let's get straight into it. Actually, no, let's not get straight into it. I was going to do a few shock review as part of this vid, but no one ever watches them. I've done a written review of it. It's in the description down below. Go and give it a whirling. One thing to point out is that I keep calling the stable the Ascension, and when they're actually called the Uprising, but that's because I'm a moron, as we've just established. So Raw starts off with the entire roster on the stage with Hunter and Steph in the ring. They bring out Orton and his 2 belts, kind of hoping for a new belt or bring back the Undisputed title belt, because that was gorgeous, wasn't it? Which he lifts up in front of Cena to mock him with, which is funny. Gets in the ring, goes off on one about how awesome he is, yada yada yada. Cena interrupts and basically finishes his speech for him, which is quite entertaining. He says a champion should either put up or shut up, and tonight he should definitely pull. Orton starts to go off on one about how he doesn't deserve a rematch. Cena says, "Oh, I wasn't talking about me. I was talking about Daniel Bryan." And Orton basically says, "Oh, you don't have the power. No one has the power to make that match." And Stephanie McMahon is all like, "Oh, well, I do. Just saying." Oh, hate that. I hate that. Hate it. What? Right, answer me this, people. Why do people say "just saying" at the end of something? All right. Halfway through TLC, I see a message on Facebook. Yeah, have you noticed we haven't had a tables match? We haven't had a gimmick match yet. Just saying. Like, well, what does that mean? What does putting "just saying" on the end of something mean? Because of course you're just saying, because you just said it. I don't get. Anyway, the point is, yeah, Stephanie McMahon obviously can't decide if she's face or heel once again. So she says, "Look, I've got the power to make that match," and I like that one. Triple H says that Bryan is Superstar of the Year, and he makes the main event of Orton versus Bryan for tonight. Why the fuck not? In a match where I could vote for the opponents, Big Show and Rey Mysterio defeated Cody Rhodes and Goldust in a decent match. The announcers took a selfie on this one. I watched about the first hour of this show live on Twitter. Went mental over this. People really angry over it. The only thing I can think of for this is that, remember Barack Obama did this with David Cameron and some bird at Nelson Mandela's memorial service last week. And I have it on good authority that Vince McMahon fucking hates Obama. So he was just probably taking the piss out of this. Yeah, my Twitter feed went, "Oh, you wouldn't believe it, how mad people are getting." It's like, yeah, I get it, all right? The announcers should be told him a match, but really, you're getting really pissed off. You know, one tweet, I can't put into words how pissed off I am about this. Your blood pressure's going to kill you if you do that, isn't it? Anyway, yeah, Cody was the Rhodes in peril this week. He got a hot tag to Goldust, who got chokeslams, KO punch, and then pinned with a splash by Rey Mysterio off Big Show's shoulders. It was all good. On the app, I get to choose who partners Punk. Yay! Wade Barrett has a gavel. Bang, bang, bang. He has bad news this week, and the bad news is I am not going to win the lottery. It's interesting. I don't play it, but yeah, it's good to know that I won't win it because I don't know. Yeah, whatever. And I can get a replica signed Slammy. I mean, honestly, would you buy that? Would you auction for it? Something like that? I wouldn't. What the fuck would you do with that? I mean, you put it in pride of place in your windowsill. I mean, on your mantelpiece or whatever. And then what? When people come around and go, "What's that?" "Oh, well, now then, this is my Slammy Award." "What's a Slammy Award?" "Well, it's an award that they give out in wrestling." "And why have you got one of those? What did you do?" "I bought one." "Oh. Well done." Anyway, in some classic 50-50 booking, Dolph Ziggler defeated Fandango, because of course Fandango beat him at the pay-per-view. Obviously, stupid. And then, well, you know, Cole shows me how to install the app, because I just have no clue. I just don't know how to install the app. How do you do it? I just don't know. And when I've done installing said app, I can vote for CM Punk partners tonight against The Shield. I mean, CM Punk beat The Shield on his own on Sunday, but tonight he needs partners, which is just plain strange. In the back, Damien Sandow is evil Santa. He says that all children are ungrateful wretches, which is brilliant, and that Christmas is cancelled. And then next week it's going to be good Santa Henry versus bad Santa Sandow. Yay, hurrah. Ryback defeated Tongues of Funk in a short match. Tensai wants the tag to Clay, but Clay doesn't want to, so he's pinned by Ryback after the shell shock, and then Clay confirms his heel turn by hitting a couple of splashes on him. R-Truth and Xavier Woods are out on doing commentary, and they do some dancing with the Funkettes to end this little piece of boringness, which is all good. CM Punk. We see footage of the Sweet Chin Music last week. Punk gets on the mic, talks about beating the Shield briefly, but his main issue is Triple H, to be honest. And basically calls out Triple H, says, look, I want to talk about this man to man. Hunter doesn't come out. Shawn Michaels does. Hey, we're in Texas, so, kind of makes sense. Fans chant "You sold out" at him, which is funny. Shawn says that he understands that Punk is vexed at the authority, but he needs to get over them. Hell, his issue should really be with Shawn. Surely it should be with me. I super kicked you, for goodness sake, which I suppose is fair. The fans chant one more match. Punk quips, I'm sure I've got more than one more match. That's quite funny. Punk says, we all respect Shawn, and the 15-year-old Punk is over the moon that Shawn super kicked him, but if he ever kicks him again, he will kick him back. Shawn says it hurt him more than it hurt Punk, and it will hurt him to do what he's about to do, which brings out the Shield. I don't know how that hurts him, and that is that. This should have been awesome, shouldn't it? Do you not think you've got Punk and Michaels having a promo against each other? But at the end of the day, I just don't think this is going to lead anywhere. So it's one of those, what's the point in this then? I mean, if it does somewhere down the line lead to a match, that's all good. And it could happen at WrestleMania, Punk versus Shawn Michaels, fucking happy days. But I just don't see it, I'm afraid. The Usos win 57% of the vote, to be Punk's partners. JBL has got to stop chanting "Uso," hasn't he? Because he sounds weird. You're the collar guy. You don't do shit like that. Anyway, the Shield defeat Punk and the Usos in a good match, which saw not only the expected dissension, there's that word again, between the Punk, there we are, fuck it up straight away, between the Shield. I was fully expecting there to be dissension within the ranks, and there just wasn't any at all, which is fantastic. Like, I do not want these guys to split up just yet. One of the Usos plays Samoa in peril until he can get a very hot tag to Punk, who hits that sweet DDT neckbreaker combo that I so dearly love. And then I'm thinking, wow, this is looking really good. He goes up top and hits the worst macho elbow I've seen for quite some time. Calls to go to sleep, hits on Ambrose, but Reigns is actually the legal man, hits a massive spear to win the match. It's all good. We get to see how Orton versus Bryan was made at the top of the show. Stephanie McMahon is voted by the fans as the person who should receive coal in her stocking at Christmas, which is bizarre. And then Mark Henry assures us that Christmas will not be cancelled, because I was really starting to wonder, because Sandow had said it, if Christmas was going to be cancelled. I mean, I'm not bothering with Christmas this year, so I can't be asked, but I'm sure the little kids were really worried. And then we get to see some 2K14 footage. Incidentally, if you're wondering, my copy of 2K14 is already gone. Finished the 30 years of WrestleMania mode and then sold it. Not interested in the rest of the game. Mainly, I'll tell you this, because the online mode is so frustrating. I mean, I'm crap at the game anyway. I can't reverse anything to save my life, so I'm obviously going to get frustrated at it. But you go online, right? This is what I found. Go online, wrestle against a created character, don't get a single move in. Because, I mean, honestly, the last match I played was a prime example of it, yeah? Guy beats the shit out of me for about 30 seconds, and obviously I can't counter anything at all, because I'm playing against a created character, and I haven't got a created character. Yeah, he doesn't move, taunts, and then hits the most ridiculous finishing move. There's about 15 finishing moves, one after the other, and then pins me, and you're just going, wow. And the worst part about this, the worst part about it wasn't all that. The actual worst part was the fact we have to see his entrance. He would not, I was playing Bork lazy, yeah? As soon as he comes out, skip. Don't need to see his entrance. Seen it loads of times. He has to see his entrance. This was the third time I played this guy in a row, because there was no one else online, yeah? He insisted on seeing his entrance every time. It's like, yeah, but you can see your entrance whenever you want. What's the point? Anyway, Bray Wyatt cuts a creepy promo. He's talking to Abigail, but he's talking about Daniel Bryan, and when the camera pans around, there's just an empty rocking chair. It's quite creepy. AJ Lee to meet Tamina and Alicia Fox defeated Natalya and the Bella Twins, which is good for them. And then Henry, I've just told you about that. I got me things mixed up with Henry assuring us that Christmas won't be cancelled. I've got need to point out that I just remembered that how very shit the last year's Christmas edition of Raw was, wasn't it? Very, very poor show. But our main event, I'm going to go through this one in great detail for you because this was a fucking good match. In the main event, Daniel Bryan defeated Randy Orton by disqualification in a legitimate, superb match. Oh yeah, so Bryan works the left leg in the early goings, including slamming it into the ring post. I love how the fans chant yes and no during a punch-off, which is fantastic. Great stuff when Bryan puts on the leg lock. Orton tries to use the beard to break that. I love that. I think that's fantastic. I really do. When Bryan counters the Thez press into a single leg crab, I actually mark out for that one. That's brilliant. And of course, it's all focusing the attack on the leg. Orton's stitches have come out and he goes to work on the arm of Bryan. And here's the difference between Daniel Bryan, Randy Orton. Yeah, Randy Orton has had quite a bit of work done on the leg. Doesn't bother selling it at all. Daniel Bryan will sell the fuck out of that arm for the rest of the match. Oh yes, that's why I love you, Bryan. That's why I love you. And the thing is, about what makes it even better is that the crowd stay with it. You know, technical wrestling has a habit. We see it. I talk about it so often, don't I, on my vids. You know, if there's technical wrestling going on, the crowd just lose interest. Here, no, they fucking love that shit. Carving stomp, but Bryan bites Orton's face and hits a dropkick. When he goes to the suicide dive, he crashes and burns, meaning that Orton can take control. But first, during the break, he gets his stitches seen to. That's a nice little touch, clever lad there. Orton continues to work the arm with a chicken wing and then backdrops him onto the barricade. He hits a superplex for 2. Bryan comes back. Oh, I pressed down too far. I've gone down too far. Bryan comes out of the clothesline and sells the arm like a fucking boss when he lands, which is awesome. He puts Orton up top, hits a Rana for 2 as the place goes crazy, and Bryan sells the fucking arm. Bryan wants the S-lock, Orton counts into a slingshot, but Bryan hangs onto the ropes and skins Cat, but Orton, as he's coming over, kicks him in the bollocks. Fucking brilliant sequence. Absolutely gorgeous stuff. He follows it up with the referee's like, getting back inside. Orton goes, well, if you want him back inside, how about this? Hit the draping DDT on him. Fucking brilliant. Goes for the RKO. But, and once again, I fucking lost my place. It's counted into a backside for 2, as is a roundhouse kick that also gets 2. Orton keeps checking a loose tooth in the front of his mouth, which is a really nice touch. The crowd are chanting yes as Bryan goes up top. Orton tries a suplex again, but it's counted into a diving headbutt for yet another near fall. Bryan is still selling the arm, by the way. He unloads with yes kicks, but a corner one misses. Orton roll-up gets 2, as it's counted into the yes lock. Orton bails, but this time Daniel Bryan hits the suicide dive. It connects. He follows up with a missile dropkick. He kips up, and the place honestly goes banana. Absolutely incredible stuff. Bryan unloads with the yes kicks, but Orton goes low and gets disqualified after about 25 minutes, is it? Hang on a sec. Let's just find out on that one, because I don't want to be wrong, because I'll get told off. 24 minutes and 58 seconds. Yeah, pretty much 25 minutes. Yeah, I completely understand why they had to do that finish, but oh man, it was so frustrating at the same time, wasn't it? Incredible match. I thought for so long that Punk versus Cena in the build-up to WrestleMania was the best Raw match that I've seen this year. That was it. That was fucking superb stuff. Daniel Bryan showing why he is one of the best wrestlers in the world. They're selling all the way through was just unreal. And you know, at the end of the day, Randy Orton should look at it and just go, oh look, he's still selling the arm. I should probably sell that leg. Nah, fuck it. Why should I bother? I'm Randy Orton. You know, it's one of those. But at the end of the day, it takes 2 guys to have a great match. And this was easily a 4-star match. If you want to rate it higher, please do. Cena comes out. Unloads on Orton. He goes to check on Bryan. That means that, of course, he's wide open because he's a global babyface to be hit with an RKO. And the last thing we see of this show is Randy Orton with the belt. So, lots of wrestling on this show. I mean, the Rhodes Brothers versus Shawn Ray was good. Real Americans versus Henry and Langston was good. Did I somehow manage to skip that match while I was talking about it earlier on? Do you know, I really think I did. Yeah, I did. Just bear with me a second. Big Langston and Mark Henry defeating the Real Americans in a 15-minute match, believe it or not. On the OU sucks chants for Jack Swagger were fantastic, weren't they? Cole tells us that WWE is now on Snapchat, which is basically WWE's way of saying, look, we invested all that money in Tout. Yeah, well, no one give a fuck about Tout, did they? Oh, lots of people like Snapchat. We're on Snapchat. Yay! How good is that? The match is surprisingly good. Big ending on Cesaro gets the win for Langston. I've got to say, the tag team division, I get asked about this one quite a lot on Facebook and Twitter and all that. The tag team division is looking very, very good at the moment. It's just with Langston, I would rather have one or the other. He's either going for the IC title belt, he's defending the IC title, or he's teaming with Mark Henry. One or the other, please. But yeah, as I was going to say, so Rhodes Brothers versus Big Show and Rey Mysterio, Real Americans versus Henry and Langston, Shield and versus Usos and Punk, and the main event were all good matches. So, happy days. There was 80 minutes of wrestling apparently on their show. Some people may not like that. Some people may say this is boring as fuck. But hell, I'm here to watch wrestling. I would much rather watch good wrestling than watch skits. Admittedly, there were some bad stuff. The Dolph Ziggler versus Fandango match, the women's match. Not interested in those at all. I suppose the Rybacksel versus the Tongues of Funk match. But there was like storyline advancement with that one, so you can accept that, can't you? And yeah, I'm here to watch wrestling. And this show was full of good wrestling, so gets a thumbs up from me. I'm expecting next week's show to be shit, because it's pre-taped and it's Christmas, so it's going to be bad. Please, 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 please check out my Future Shot review. It's down there. Yes, it's full of mistakes, but yeah, I'm only human, and I'm also a moron, as I've told you before. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll be back in a couple of days' time with an NXT review. I've been Mark P. Thank you so much for watching, and see you all very soon. Take it easy, guys.